But anyway, let's move on to the next topic. Just quickly here, Zach. Time check. How much time we got?
About 8 minutes.
Okay, so we're gonna knock this out right now. The final topic that we have on today's show: should Kyrie Irving and LeBron James reunite in Dallas or LA, if at all? And Zay, if you want to begin, by all means.
I think they should reunite in LA. I think it's just too much conflict with Luca, Kyrie, and LeBron all joining up in Dallas. There's not going to be any defenders on that team whatsoever. I think you're going to be lacking defense on that court if Luca, Kyrie, and LeBron are all on the court at the same time. I don't see how the hell you could possibly win 38 games with those three on the court all simultaneously. How do you even build a roster around that? It's not possible. Kyrie going to LA is the best opportunity for them to build. You re-sign Austin Reeves, you bring in vets, you get Kyrie, you got LeBron, you have AD, you still got Mo Bamba there. There's a bunch of players that could join up in LA that is just not possible in Dallas. Dallas just not gonna have the cap space. They're not gonna be able to get to maneuver to bring over guys to that team so they could work. And there's other more appealing teams to play for other than a LeBron James and Kyrie hookup. I mean, it's not like the LeBron is in his prime anymore. You know, it's the twilight of his career. It's the end of an era. And there's other teams that guys want to play for opposed to LeBron. LeBron may be the biggest name in media, but he's not the best player in the NBA currently anymore. You can make the argument he's outside of the top 5 conversation. So there's other guys that people want to play with. I think if you want to restart something, you could possibly build a Kyrie and LeBron James team in LA. They have an opportunity to do so with the players that they have, role players that they have currently on the contract. So that's my opinion, how I feel.
Yeah, I would love to jump in here, Zach. I'm gonna give you, some time to think about what you want to say. I'm gonna say not at all. I'm gonna have a passion take here, right? You're gonna hear a lot of passion. The NBA has a bunch of weirdos, and I'm not gonna take shots at anybody close to me that watches the game, so it's not a shot at anybody here. But they also have a lot of weirdo fans. Okay. Okay, so Kyrie Irving, you left LeBron James when y'all was in Cleveland. Y'all went to a chip. Y'all didn't win it, but y'all made it there. And you decide that, you wanted to do your own thing, have your own team or whatever. Then you leave. Where's the pride at as a man to say, you know what, let me still figure out if I can win on my own? Well, not on my own. It's nothing your own. You're playing with Luka. I can win with somebody else as the number 2. Where's the pride in that? Like, I don't understand the pride as a man for you to want to go and show yourself like that. Now, credit, Kyrie Irving is my favorite basketball player, right? I appreciate his skills on the floor. I appreciate his activism off the floor. But what kind of person wants to go back and play with LeBron James when you left him hanging? That's number 1. And it's funny because as we dive deeper into the rabbit hole of the weirdos in the NBA, I mean, talk about James Harden, right? He leaves the Rockets, shows up overweight, forces his way out, literally almost sabotage his whole entire career because ever since he showed up overweight and was out of shape, injuries started happening. He was one of the most durable players in basketball prior to him forcing his way out. Says, get me to Brooklyn. He leaves Brooklyn after 2 years to go to the 76ers, right? Who he wanted to go and reunite with Daryl Morey. And now there's conversations that he's torn between going back to the Rockets and staying. If you're the Rockets, why would you accept that? If you're James Harden, how low do you go? I don't mean it that way, but how low do you go to want to go over there, right? Like, I don't understand that. Now we talk about this, hypothetical trade of LeBron James, reuniting with Kyrie Irving in Dallas. If you're the Los Angeles Lakers, you almost made the chip. You had a terrible regular season to start, right? Y'all won like 2 games. Y'all like 2-10 or something like that. Y'all go on a streak. Y'all lose to the team who's probably going to win the chip. And you mean to tell me your roster is not competent to just run it back, maybe add a little piece or 2 or whatever? You may lose some guys going, so maybe just add a couple role players coming. That's not good enough. If you're LeBron James, how could you look yourself in the mirror, right? You leave Cleveland, you go to Miami, win chips so you can save your legacy, right, and jumpstart your trying to climb to the Michael Jordan level, right? Then you go back to Cleveland once Miami started getting old, so you can try to sneak up on a good talent. Oh, they got Kyrie Irving. He's skillful, right? He could be a top 10 player in this league, and they got the number 1 pick who we could flip for another star. So I'm gonna go over there and win the chip. Then I'm gonna go to LA, and then I'm gonna leave LA when we almost made the daggone finals. We lost to the team that's probably gonna win the finals. And y'all talking about teaming up in Dallas? Nah. And then everybody want to get on Dane's behind for wanting to not leave Portland. Oh, you need to leave. You need to leave when he clearly says, I don't want to go. Well, you're going to force the guy out of Portland when he doesn't want to go and complain about all this stuff that's going on? No. I'm sorry. I'm not buying this. I'm not talking about this any further than what I just said. Listen, if I got to watch the MLB and hockey, then I may need to find joy in some new sports because this right here, this ain't it. I'm sorry. Zach, the mic is yours. With all due respect.
Yeah, so a lot of interesting points there. I'll start off the bat by saying this. I don't see a realistic possibility that Luka, Kyrie, and LeBron are all in Dallas next year, considering, like, I don't necessarily know what the Mavericks have that they would give the Lakers in order for the Lakers to go through for a possible trade for LeBron James. Now, I do think there is some validity to the fact that Kyrie and LeBron, they do have a relationship and they do want to play together at some point. I don't think that's going to be this year, but we heard all last summer when Kyrie requested a trade from the Nets, like, oh, the Lakers might be a realistic option. I think it's clear that at some point or another, Kyrie really does want to reunite with LeBron. But I also think a realistic thing that's going on here is Kyrie Irving. I think he's going to be back in Dallas next year because what this move and that report said to me was a couple of things. One, that he wants to play with LeBron at some point, but also B, I think he's kind of showing the Dallas Mavericks like, oh, I'm out here recruiting for you guys. Like, technically, I'm not even a Maverick next season yet. Like, you guys still have to sign me to that deal. And I do think that Kyrie kind of showing them like, okay, I'm invested in Dallas. I want to win. I'm trying to get LeBron James over here. At least he's showing like, okay, I want to be in Dallas, and who knows what Mark Cuban does with that information. But what I'm trying to figure out, what I'm wondering is like, is there actually a realistic chance that LeBron James is traded this offseason? Not necessarily to Dallas, but literally to anywhere, because we all remember after the Lakers got eliminated by the Nuggets in that Game 4 of the Western Conference Final, LeBron kind of dropped a little bit of a bombshell on us, saying he still has a ton of questions to answer in his future regarding the game of basketball. And I know that his son, Bronny, a lot of LeBron's future plans revolve around him, but who knows what's going to happen with that, right? He's going to be a freshman at USC next year. I would assume that means LeBron is staying in LA with the Lakers to be close to him. But if Bronny stays in college for a second year, could I see LeBron as a free agent possibly viewing Dallas as an attractive destination? Absolutely. So I don't see a realistic way this happens anytime soon, like this offseason. But I do think the Dallas Mavericks, we know how much LeBron loves Luka Doncic and his game. I do think Dallas would be an attractive destination possibly for LeBron in his future.
Zay, you missed my first lap, but it's all good. LeBron James is the most selfish basketball player in the NBA. And literally everything I said in my last lap is the reason why I say that. So LeBron James is going to do everything he can to look out for the best of LeBron James. And I agree to a certain extent, you have to look out for yourself as an individual, especially at your age. But this has been LeBron James in his prime, before his prime, and now. So nothing is going to change. I thought that when I saw that report about him wanting to retire, I didn't buy that for 1 second. I did not buy that for 1 second. When a guy like LeBron James tell you countless times that I want to play with my son Bronny, you know that, okay, that's what he wants. LeBron James never does nothing without any meaning to it. Okay, he could bring a hat to a post-game conference, read that hat. There's a meaning to it. I remember I saw a video with him with a book in his hand and he didn't even read. He had the book in his hand. Somebody asked him about that book. He didn't even read it. He couldn't even say one thing in the book. So everything LeBron James does is strategic. So when he said he wanted to retire, it's not about wanting to retire. It's about a leverage play. I'm trying to force my way or force y'all and force Shahan to bring in another star so I could win another championship so I could justify my resume next to Michael Jordan. That's what this comes down to. So whatever report that was, don't buy it, don't sell it. Is LeBron James trying to make a move with that businessman, Rich Paul, to try to get another store over there or try to get him elsewhere? That's it.
Has anyone thought the possibility that he could go back to Cleveland? Just make a move, just go back to Cleveland. Like there's ample opportunity to do that, and I can see that being his storyline. And then Bronny James winds up playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Why not start your career the way your father started his career in Cleveland?
Yeah, when they got talent already, right? You left them for a reason, and then you going back every time they got talent. Oh, let me hop back to Cleveland. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, LeBron's not gonna play for nobody with no talent. That's he's not gonna go.
Yeah, and the Lakers almost daggone made the daggone finals. Okay, literally.
Please like and subscribe for all the up-to-date content. You've been slinging shows left and right, slinging content left and right. Please don't miss anything. If you do, like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a question, something you may want to answer, something you may have. All ideas are great ideas. Nothing's a dumb question.